Would you like to learn how to use ManyChat to get a specific row out of a Google Sheet using Integromat and then sending dynamic content back to ManyChat to display in Messenger for your subscriber? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you that now.
Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number.
All right, let's get this party started. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over a way to use Integromat or ManyChat to Integromat to Google Sheets to grab a, today we're going to look at Bible verses. You could use this for anything. You could use it for a product. You could use it for a joke. You could use it for anything that you're storing in Google Sheets, and you want to serve that up to subscribers on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis. So this actually would be a very good, let's say, Facebook subscription message, the subscription messaging that you can apply for, that they have extended. It was supposed to be due by the end of this month, December 31st, but they extended it. But you could use this as a way to get subscription messaging approved. Because what you're going to do is you're going to just send some value. There's no promotional, no anything like that. You're just going to send something of value, and you're going to grab it from Google Sheets and then format it in dynamic content to send back to ManyChat to serve up in Messenger. That is the one thing that Integromat does over Zapier a lot easier. And if not, even, I don't know if Zapier even has some of these capabilities to serve up this images and buttons and those types of things that Integromat can do. So let's get started here. First off, what we're going to do is you need a Google Sheet of some sort with some information in it. And then Bible verses. Basically, that's what it is. I have one column that has a number, and that's how we're going to grab that row. And then I have the verse, and then I actually have a JPEG with the verse in it as well. And so you could serve up that JPEG in an image block in Integromat. We're going to go through this. So you're going to need a Google Sheet with, and this could be a product number and then the product description, that type of thing, where you could get some information on a product and serve that up. It could be like a Bible verse. It could be a joke. It could be whatever you'd want to serve up, a inspirational quote. You could have URLs to mimes and just go through a bunch of different ones with inspirational quotes or whatever. Now let's go back to ManyChat. And so we're going to have one flow. So you're going to create this flow, say new flow, and then what you're going to have is you're going to have a message like this, which is blank. What you want to do is double click on the outside and grab, no, not that. Let's see, double click and do action. And then within that action, you're going to do what I'm going to show you to do. So that's what this action is here. And the starting step is probably sitting on that message when you start that new flow. And so what you're going to do is in this action, you're going to create a number field and you're going to increase it by 1. And this is used for getting this number here, right here, to grab the verse. Now, granted, if you're doing something where the product number, you're just going to ask the subscriber for the number that they're looking for. Or give them some choices of what products they want to look at, and then you're going to go get that information. So there are many different ways. This would be like an ongoing where we're going to do it daily or weekly, and you can go search my YouTube videos and can show you how to do a daily message. And it's in another video. I'll put a link in at the end of this video. I'll direct you to that one. Also, as we're going through Integromat, and I'm going to mention that as we get into Integromat, go find the first video I did where I connected Google Sheets to it. It's about 4 weeks ago. and that'll really show you the integration of how to set up the ManyChat connection and that stuff, the details as we go through it. But I'll mention that again. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to add an action, and then what you're going to do is set a custom field, and then you're going to type in, let's just say count, and I'm just going to say I underscore count. So then it's going to say you want to add that. And then you're going to add that. You're going to change it to a number, and you're going to say, yes, create it. I'm not going to create an extra field. I already have a number field. And then you're going to say increase by 1, just like that. All right. I'm going to delete this. There we go. And then what you want to do is you want to move the starting step over to that action. So you just grab the green until it turns green, and you leave it there. And then in the message, you're going to say, hey, Jeff, tap the button below to see your today's Bible verse. And so this is something that you could set up in a sequence, this flow, to send daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, so they could see it. And then you're going to get them to interact, which opens up the 24+1 window to send them an offer. You know, this process that I'm showing you today is just value. It's like a jab, you know, as Gary Vaynerchuk says, jab, jab, right hook. And so this is a jab. You're just going to give them some value with a Bible verse in this case. And then once they click the button, see today's verse, it's going to go into a condition, and it's going to check the value because we only have 3 verses here. So it's going to depend on how many verses you have and how often you're sending them. But in here, what you want to do is check to see if it's greater than 3, because I'm adding 1 to it. If it's greater than 3, I want to set it to 1. Otherwise, if I'm at 4, it's not going to find a verse. All right. So in this, you just set it up as a condition. All of conditions, not any, just all of is fine. And if it's yes, it's greater than 1, greater than 3, we're going to create another action, and you're going to set a 1 value or whatever your counter is to 1. So it gets the first one. All right. If it's no, you're going to go directly to this. So what happens is no matter what, we're going to end up in another action, and you're going to add an action. You're going to scroll down to trigger Integromat. You need the pro version to do any of this. So just so you know, you need the pro version to do this. So you're going to add a action to call a webhook in Integromat. And I already have it set up where it's select GS row. I'm going to show you how to do that part of it now. So if you go into Integromat, like I said, I think I'm going to connect, as this video is going, connect you to the first video I did with Google Sheets and how to set this connection up to ManyChat and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through that. I recommend you go look at that video. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a scenario that's going to wait for some information coming in from ManyChat, and then we're going to go and select the rows from Google Sheets based on what's come in. And then we're going to send messages back, basically 1 message with a button. So in this, what you're going to do is I'm going to go out of here. I'm just going to create a new scenario. And you're going to type in ManyChat, and it's going to come up. It's actually up here. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to say continue. So now you're going to come into a new scenario. And what you're going to do is click on the question mark and click on ManyChat, and then you're going to do watch incoming data. And that's what you want. And now here's the webhook. Now, like I said, go watch the other video. It'll show you how to set up your first connection. I already have my connections. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to do add, and then you're going to add a connection right here. And then you're going to have the access token and stuff. And so that's what you're going to do. Go watch the other video. I go through that step by step. I'm going to cancel this. I don't need to add another webhook, because what you're going to do is you're going to set up a webhook to a connection to one of your bots. Mine's everything bots, but I'm going to cancel that because I already have a GS row webhook. And then I'm going to say OK. So once you have that set up, it'll show. And then when you're in here, you're going to be able to see it. It's going to show up in this list. And then you're going to grab that webhook. All right. Publish that. I'm going to go back here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put a plus sign here, and then we're going to search for Google Sheets. There we go. Click on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select rows. All right. So now I have my connection over here. I have a connection to my ManyChat. And then I need to set up my Google Sheets. So you're going to add a connection. So you're going to add your connection. And like I said, if you go watch the other video, I go through that, how to get that connection in there. I already have a connection to my Google, jkubinski@gmail.com. And then you're going to pick your file. And that's going to be Bible verses or whatever one you're looking for. And then you got to pick the worksheet. I only have one worksheet. And I'm going to order by number. So that's the number field. So you can see as I was in here, it brought up my 3 columns that I have. And oops, I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Bible verse, number, and then filtering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter by, well, right now it doesn't have, I'm going to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to get this set up. And I'm going to do number. And I want one row. I don't know if this is going to work yet. No. And we're going to say OK. We're going to save that. So now we have that. And now what you want to do is you want to get the data in here so you can complete the rest of it. And that's what it is you're bringing in test data from ManyChat. So what we're going to do is we're going to run our flow here, but we're going to push this run. Push that button to run. And so it's sitting here waiting for us, our test. And then we're going to go back and we're going to run this. I'm going to preview it. I go over here. It says, okay, tap the button below to see the Bible verse. I'm going to push that and we should see this run. Should grab it. It might not just because I already have one. There it goes. So I grabbed it. I already have one running like this, so I'm not sure if that one ran too. Yeah, it did. Both of them ran. So if you have them set up, it's going to run both. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to get this data in here. And so if I click on this again, and it's loading up. Here we go. Bible verse. And so now I should be able to filter. What I'm going to do is put number. So number equals, and then because I got this data, now the custom fields and stuff are in here. So you're going to click down here and I'm going to go find my number field. There's my number field that I had when I was doing this over here, right here. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to say OK. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add another ManyChat. You're going to add this one right here, messages, send batch of messages. You're going to send that. And then you're going to grab your connection. So make sure that you grab the same connection that you're bringing the data in. And then you're going to grab the subscriber number right here, the ID, subscriber ID. You're going to put that in for the message. And then you're going to add an item. And what we're going to do is we're going to add an image. And the URL that we're going to bring in is the URL from the Google Sheet right there. And then what we're going to do too is we're going to add a button. And the type of button is going to be to a flow. And we're just going to say unsubscribe. You want to give them an opportunity to unsubscribe because you don't want negative feedback going to Facebook and then having problems with your page. So if you're going to send a daily, weekly, or monthly type of thing like this out, I would say definitely make sure that you're giving them an unsubscribe button of some sort. All right. And what I did is, we're going to go over that now, is I created an unsubscribe flow. Now you could use the one that comes with ManyChat. If I go out here to flows, I could go out here, and they do have one. Right. Where'd it go? There it is. Unsubscribe from bot is right there. And so you could use that one. But it just says, do you want to unsubscribe from the page? Well, we really don't want to do that. What we want is, because we don't know if they just want to unsubscribe from the daily messages we're sending them, or they want to leave us totally. So what I would do is I would create a flow like this, and basically just says, thanks for letting us know, Jeff, that you'd like to unsubscribe. A little delay button. Would you like to just unsubscribe from our Bible verses or from us completely? Please make a selection below. So you're going to give them a chance to just unsubscribe from the Bible verses or whatever you're sending them on a regular basis, or unsubscribe totally. And then if they unsubscribe to the Bible verses, I just said, okay, we will stop sending the Bible verses. Thanks for getting them. You know, just thank them for doing it. Using it. If they unsubscribe totally, sorry to see you go. We will miss you. If we can help you in any way in the future, let us know. Just type in start to join us again. So you're giving them an idea of how they can get back in touch with you. And then what you would do is you would run this message. You would do a continue on the bottom and then run it to an action that actually unsubscribes. That's an actual action right here, unsubscribe from bot. That's what you would do. But I just don't want that there, just in case I click that. So that's what we're going to do. But what you do is to get Integromat to recognize that button when you're in you want to grab this part. It says right here, content 1111 underscore number. That's what you want. And that's up here on top, content underscore. That is right there. That's what you want to grab. You want to grab that, and you want to put that right in there. And then you can add, So now we have our message, which is a URL, and then a button. And I'm going to say OK. All right. So now we can test this. So one of the things you want to do here in Integromat, you want to push this little save button right there. You want to save it. So now it should say saved, scenario saved. And then what you want to do, I'm going to go back out here. I'm going to turn this one off. Turn that one off. It's this one right here. It's the one we're working on. Yep. So I'm going to bring that up. And what you want to do is we're going to test this out. We're going to go back to ManyChat, and I'm going to go into this flow, and I'm going to preview it. So now we should say, hey, get your daily Bible verse. I'm going to say, yes, what's today? And what you want to do is actually you want this on, and it's going to process the existing. So I already had one out there, and you can see it went 1, 1, 1, 1. So it ran. And there we are. There's the Bible verse. There's unsubscribe. I can push unsubscribe. Thanks for letting us know, Jeff, that you would like to unsubscribe. Would you like to unsubscribe from the Bible verses or for us completely? I'm going to say just the Bible verses. Okay, we'll just stop sending the Bible verses. Thanks for getting them. So that's how you do it. I can't stress enough to give them an option to quit at any time. You could put another button on here too, but you want to make sure, like I said, the jab, jab, right hook, jab, jab, right hook, is that you give them some value, and then you give them an option to get out, because you don't want negative feedback coming back to you from Facebook, because they will shut you down or warn you, those types of things. I've seen that happen. So that is it. That's the scenario. So if you go back to the scenario here, and now what you want to do is you want to turn it on. So you want to turn it on so it's always running, all right? And then if you go back out to, and I would just hit the save just in case, and I'd go back out to the scenario, and there it is, it's on. It's waiting for it to run, all right? And I'm using the free version of Integromat right now. It just all depends on how many transactions you do. You can see that I did a bunch of them here, but you get quite a few. You get 1,000. So you can run a bunch of them through, and it's all free. And actually, the next step is relatively inexpensive as well. So, all right, that is it. You need 2 flows: the one to get the row and unsubscribe. And then at the end here, you'll see another video. I'm just going to direct you to how to set up a daily sequence that runs all the time. Or you can make it weekly. You could do however you want to make it. So, all right. Have a great day. Any questions, let me know. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to use ManyChat to get a specific row in a Google Sheet using Integromat, and then formatting some dynamic content to send back to ManyChat to display in Messenger to your subscriber. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. Happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Down in the description, got a great Facebook group, a link to that. Great-minded people sharing things. Come on and join us. We'd be happy to have you. As always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.